This is Short Hammer. It is the 15th of December, 2019, and we're taking a look at BA. Now, BA has been incredibly interesting the last few days. We were on a nice run into the end of November, and then since then we've just been selling. And the movements intraday have been erratic, even though when you look at the daily chart, it seems as if it's a little bit more smooth when you look at the candle structure and the action here. And the if you look at BA, all these little lines, the red, the greens, and some of these blues are me drawing lines on the intraday chart as I was taking positions and looking for entries based on candle structure. And right now we seem to be selling back down to the 330s, this 337 area, maybe potentially lower. But if you look at BA and the movements, it's a tag of the bottom, either tag here, then a retrace here, then to the bottom. You see these long movements always tend to lead to a nice retrace, whether that's news related or that's just the way that the institutions that play this ticker, how they sell. They may have just have their sell level set or their buy level set, and they just pick it up or drop it at different points. So that's the thing with BA. Whenever news comes out, what you have to remember is that it's heavily institutionally owned, so it may not get the same level of reaction that you would expect. So let's say that that was a Tesla that received news that thousands of people had perished in Tesla accidents. Tesla would be through the floor. But because BA is so heavily institutionally owned and people like BA, the stories around BA and the reaction to BA has not been or would not be as drastic as they would if that was Tesla. So very different tickers. You can say that the price or the is the same as far as how it appears that people are valuing the actual stock as far as stock price, but they're incredibly different and they do incredibly different things. BA is also defense, along with it being into commercial airlines. They have a lot of different facets to their business. So let's look at the lower time frame and let's see what we see there, because I like to keep an eye on BA and I do tend to play it a lot. So if we're looking at BA, we on Friday, it sort of closed with a little bit of weakness, but we kind of flattened out here at the 341s. And what I'll be watching for Monday is, do we break below this candle structure and do we find support here at the 338 level? And if we see buying first, then I'll watch to see as we squeeze into the VWAP in the 50. Do we see a movement up into here, this 345, 55 area, and this 347, 85 area? They've been levels of, I would say, supply intraday, and also levels of demand intraday that I've liked to use to play BA. So my BA play is going to be one of two things. Let's flip this line. It should not be green anymore. It should be red. To red. Makes it clear that we're looking to fade it at that position. But if we break above supply, supply does become demand. And then we buy off of that on the retest. So what we'll be looking for, and I'm not going to get long off this level. I need an extension. So what we'll look for on Monday is buying pressure that takes us up into this area here. We see lower candle structure. And to either look for a fade as we push through this level, or if there's good news and just super bullish, then we wait for a pullback and we buy into the next level where we would be exiting some of our contracts or some of our shares. If we get through here and we fail, then we could fade this down to the next level using the next supply demand line here, or intraday supply demand line, the 357s as our average. If we open and we just drop here and we see buying push us back up into this candle structure, we have the option to try to fade this level. I don't know if I would, just based on the reaction I saw here where we hit that level, tagged it again, demand was strong, and look how far we pushed. And I believe this was news related, but still. So I'll be watching, and a break below the 338s would open up. Look right here, we have 337s. So to me, I'm gonna be careful in this area because there's a lot of places where people can buy. And BA is funny, whereas BA can roll through a level then reclaim it. So I'll be watching BA carefully for a short position. And if we break through here with some strong bullish candle formations, pull back and hold, then I'll be longing BA. Breakthrough, we're weak and we pull back under, I'll be fading BA. And that's my plan on BA. Definitely want to watch your intraday movements and also keep an eye on the overall market. But BA tends to go its own way sometimes. And so you have to be careful that if you're watching the market trend, that BA may make a decision that it doesn't even care what's going on in the overall market. It could just make its own movement and actually move the market. So I'll be keeping an eye on BA, and we'll see if any of these levels play out the way that we planned. And we'll see where we open, because we can open gapped up here above this 345 area, or we could be gapped down here close to the 337s. But based on where we open, that's where I'll be looking at candle structure and previous levels to look to see if I could find an entry. And I'll also be using the power of pivots script to see if I could also find algorithmic levels that may be being watched by the bigger institutions when they are entering and exiting this, and looking for intraday plays off of that also. If you like this video and you enjoyed this content and would like to receive more like this, please tap that like button and also subscribe to our channel, Power of Pivots.